Kill you all like OJ. This Maggie knew for real, you must pay. Listen to the way my rap, no delay. His mama name him Clay, I'ma call him Clay. Back of the bus with Rosa Parks. Too much to say, watch my remarks. South the VA, up top the Philly. Y'all be killing me for real on the really. Recognize the P when you see he. Sport the Kango with N-I-K-E. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat. Cute little voice, make it.
Alright, how you doing? This is Josh Faber for Dion News. Today I'm going to be with a lot of seniors talking to them about CSF, see if they have any funny stories they want to talk about. Now, Allison, you got a funny story you want to tell us?
Yeah, we were collecting money at Lorimar Farm, and it's like a big racetrack, and we were driving Kelly's car. It was me, Kristen, and Laura Alexson, and there's like two driveways, and we pulled in the wrong one, and Kelly was asking me if it was the right one to go in, so we kept on going, and we were driving on grass, and then we realized that we were pulled up, and we were on a dirt track, and we realized we were driving on the racetrack, and the house was over there.
Like all of a sudden we're just on this horse track, and we're like in the middle of this huge field, and we're like, oh my god, oh my god, and they were all laughing like hysterically, and I was like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, so we had to like turn around, and like they probably saw us.
Now, you guys gonna get in trouble for this or anything?
No, the house, they didn't like come to the door, so obviously they were probably like didn't care. Like they have like the intercom thing, so.
All right, thank you. That's a great story. Danny, what's your funny story?
I went to some lady's house, and I was knocking on the door, but she didn't answer the door, and she went in the window, and she was like, what do you want? And I'm like, I want to collect money for CSF or whatever. And she told me to leave because her husband left in February. She had no money, all this stuff. She was screaming at me, and I just took off. That's basically what happened.
I'm sure it was a lot funnier if you were there, right? Now, John, you have a funny story? John's also my partner, so. John, what's our story?
Well, it all began when we were at this rich neighborhood. I mean, like, big houses. And we go up to this lady's door. I'm knocking on it. And I look in the window, and I see this lady looking at me. So I knock again, thinking she's going to answer because she's got mad loot. So I'm like, and then she looked at me, and she jumped in between the refrigerator and the cabinet, and she just stayed there. And me and Josh weren't going to leave, so we just stayed there, too, knocking on the door for about 10 minutes. She wouldn't come, though. We went back, and then we left again. Gave her a present, though.
All right, John, it's a great story. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It was funny, believe me. All right, dude. All right, now I'm with Melissa and Jeff. Melissa, you want to tell us about your story?
Yes, we went to a house on 118, house 27, and the car was running in the driveway, and they were hiding underneath the kitchen table, and we could see them, and they would not come to the door. So I was going to take their car, but I didn't think that would be nice to do. I didn't think it would be appropriate.
All right, now, they were just hiding just under the kitchen table?
Looked up at us, and we waved, and they didn't really care.
Wow, that's pretty ignorant, huh? For those of you who don't know, CSF is an annual door-to-door campaign in which the seniors go to every house in Dayton or Rehoboth and try to collect a few dollars from everyone to raise for a scholarship program. All the money gets divided equally among the seniors, and we can use it to get books or something in college. It's over this year, but next year, you know, if you see a group of seniors coming to your door, don't hide under your kitchen table, or don't try and hide between your refrigerator. They're just looking for a few dollars, and they're very thankful for it. And I'd like to thank you for your time, and we'll be back next week with a new story.
Talking crazy ain't gonna get you nothing but choke, and that jealousy is only gonna leave you broke. So the only thing left now is God for these cats. And babe, you know you're too hard for these cats. I'ma win cause I'm too smart for these cats. While they making up facts, you waking up. Further away, staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city ringing and everybody shaking, staying alive, staying alive.
Hi folks, and welcome to DR News. Now, I'm going to be talking to Mr. Thayer today. You may know Mr. Thayer as common everyday science teacher, but there's something different about this science teacher. He is also the editor-in-chief and the maker of the senior slideshow, which is shown at the senior dinner at Venus de Milo at the end of the year. Now, Mr. Thayer.
Yes.
What goes into making the senior slideshow?
Well, the senior slideshow is what I like to think of as a visual yearbook, where it tends to capture a lot of not only the senior year, but a lot of the 4 years that people have been here. And there are three major parts that go into making the slideshow. First, I have to gather the pictures together. And gathering the pictures means a variety of things. First, I take a lot of the pictures so that I actually go out and take some of the pictures. Then I'll have...
You make slides of them.
These are slides.
How many rolls of film do you usually use?
Well, somewhere between 50 and 100 rolls.
50 and 100
yeah,
rolls.
I will usually shoot that many. A lot of times I will need to take 2 or 3 pictures of a subject, and I'll only choose one of those that will actually be used. The second source of pictures comes from people who bring me pictures.
And this is a great picture, right?
That's a nice picture, yeah. I will definitely put that one
Get a load of that.
In the slideshow.
And Megan Canning brought this picture?
Megan Canning brought that in.
I understand everybody's allowed to bring pictures.
Anyone should bring pictures in, and I appreciate the more, the better, the greater variety, the better the show will be. These tend to be pictures that I couldn't take, pictures that are from junior high or it's freshman year or something.
Okay. Well, we have the pictures. What else do you need?
Well, the next part of it is the music. The music really sets the mood for the whole show. The different segments, like Spirit Week, is going to be fast-moving, fast-paced, spirited music. The sports will be a big part of the picture, so that I want to have fast-paced music for that. Something that had to do with friends and memories will usually be a little slower. Okay. So I get a variety of different kinds of music.
Is this your music, or has someone...
No,
These are all CDs, right?
These are all CDs, and I tend not to collect too much of this kind of music.
Let's see some of these selections here. Now, who brought all these in?
These are all brought by Megan Canning.
Megan Canning again,
yeah.
I see.
And other people are going to bring pictures, too. And I can see that you're not a fan of some of this music.
Well, some of it's good.
So what that would mean is that I would like to have you or anyone else who's interested bring in music that they think would be appropriate for the senior slideshow. Right. And I listen to it because I've seen the pictures, so I know what music maybe would go good with it. And so for a month or so, I do nothing but listen to this music, and it's painful, but I do it for the senior class.
Okay, how long is the senior slideshow, basically, usually?
It varies between 25 minutes and 35 minutes, somewhere in that range.
And it's shown at the senior dinner?
At the senior dinner.
At the Venus de Milo?
The Venus de Milo, I believe that's where it's going to be this year.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you could tell me? Closing statements about the senior slideshow that normally someone else might not know?
At the end of this, what we do is I take it down to the TV studio and make a video of it, so that if the students wish, they can purchase a copy of the video after the program.
And I have a 1997 senior slideshow here. Right. How much does that go
for?
They're
$15.
$15 a piece. I see. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Thayer.
Great.
It's been very informative.
Great. I hope
appreciate it.
The show comes out, and I hope you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the senior slideshow. Back next week for another story.
We just wrapped up the winter sports season, and it was pretty successful all around for all the teams. Let's go out and check the SCC All-Stars for boys and girls winter track and boys and girls basketball. Basketball team went 8-8 in the SCC this year with their first year with head coach Mr. Tony Martin. The boys went 8-12 overall and just missed the state tournament. They had an SCC All-Star, Tom Blessing, and honorable mention All-Stars were Greg Mullen and Mike Antonio. The girls basketball team returned to the state tournament after a year's absence. The girls finished in 3rd place in the SCC, and Cara Daw was an SCC All-Star. Honorable mention All-Stars for the girls were Lindsay Coleman and Heidi Egan. The boys track team finished in 2nd place in the SCC. John Gendron and Jay Rose were SCC All-Stars, and Jay Rose also tied the school record in the high jump. Honorable mention All-Stars for the boys were Darwin Weatherson and Jay Wheaton. The girls winter track team had their most successful season so far. They came in 2nd place in the SCC, and for the first time won the SCC conference meet at New Bedford Vogue. All-Stars for the girls were Emily Horton and Nicole Parker. Honorable mention All-Stars for the girls were Kerry Coleman and Jill Andrade. Okay guys, well there you have a recap of the fall sports season. It was pretty successful all around for everybody. We'll see you next week, and now let's take a look at the SCC All-Stars one more time.